For getting started in Warcraft Rumble, I want to show you one deck with one set of minis that you can plug and play for any content that'll be super important for you, just to get a general baseline of utility for no matter what you're doing getting started on your account. And what I'm going to do is not only walk you through this deck, but then also show you some of my lowest rated leaders in PvP that I have not played with yet. And I'm going to use the exact same minis for all of them and show you how the matches are flowing and what my thought process is while I'm playing with this deck and strategy. So when we're building a deck and play style for just general utility and being viable in both PvE and PvP for a wide variety of leaders, there are a few things to consider and definitely a few boxes that we want to make sure that we check. And first of all, one thing to consider is these bonus levels right here up top, where you see it says I need to bring an undead mini for this slot to get bonus levels. Now, early game in PvP, this is not a huge deal because the levels are going to be normalized and everything's going to be down at like level 1 or level 3 initially as you're learning and diving into PvP. But eventually, as you do more and more dungeon runs and you learn the game more and you rank up higher, you are going to eventually want to start building some specific decks for leaders to make sure you're taking advantage of as many levels as you can get. But early game, right now, when you're getting started in a dedicated playstyle that'll work more universally, it's not the biggest deal. But obviously, when you can mash these up, you want to. Like right here, you can see that I can move my Stonehoof Tauren up here to the top right, and now it will light up this node, and I will get the 1 bonus level. So at least make it work when you can. But okay, for the boxes that we want to check off, we're going to want at least 1 melee brawler because it depends what our leader is going to be doing. Some of them are ranged, like you see with Sylvanas right here as a ranged damage dealer. We're going to want something in the front line. And Stonehoof at a cost of 4 can do multiple amazing things, can charge to engage, can snipe backline DPSers, and is also tanky enough to hold the front line long enough for a DPS to be effective. And then we also want to make sure we have at least 1, possibly 2 unbound minis so that we can get somewhere on the map immediately when we need to and make those crucial plays like taking a chest or preventing our opponent from mining with their kobold to get extra gold. So I went with the Quillbore because the Quillbore serves many purposes, is an S tier mini for sure in general utility because I can utilize the Quillbore to take priority objectives, to kill enemy miners, or drop him at a location to be a damage sponge and soak up some DPS aggro to keep it off of my things I'm trying to keep alive, or drop him on a tower to aggro the tower and do things like let the Murlocs spam it down so that the tower doesn't kill the Murlocs. Lots of things you can do here with Quillbore. Then the safe pilot enables me to, if they bait out my unbound and then they send like a miner with some Murlocs to try and steal a node, I can smash in with the safe pilot and then have another bullet in the chamber ready to deal with that if they start to do a play after baiting one of my unbounds. Then we're probably going to want some sort of flying unit because it ends up bringing a lot of utility when you see those pushes where they don't take air damage into account. They send forward something like a Stonehoof and a Flamewalker, and they've got nothing but ground DPS. You can really abuse that and drop something like a Griffin Rider to just rain down pain from above, and then it forces pressure on them to have to then consider their next push, how they have to deal with air. They also can't do super cheeky things like people sending a bunch of Raptors or the Wolf at your tower, and you can just drop the Griffin, and it will be able to deal with that without even taking any damage. Then we want some sort of ranged DPS. There's a few different options you can go with here. I've got the Drake leveled up with a good talent, so I like to go that route. You can go with the Pyromancer. You can go with the Huntress. There's lots of different options that can slot in to that ranged DPS role, so you'll just have to kind of think about which one you want to play with. I'm going with the Drake because it only costs 4, and it's going to drop those whelp eggs, giving me passive value on the map when I'm trying to control lanes. And then lastly, I did a video yesterday about Blizzard and how I was wrong about this, how it is so insane because of what it brings to the battlefield. So definitely check that out if you want a deep dive discussion on Blizzard. But I want some sort of hard clear. So they are dropping a Pyromancer and some other things around it to try and mine a gold node. I can just bam, I can slot that wherever I want it and get the damage exactly where it's needed so that I can get a DPS advantage out on the map. And Blizzard enables you to really put fear in your opponent. They can't ever do a big push with like 10 gold coming down one lane, because all you're going to do is engage with it and then blizzard it, and they're going to get completely demolished. So it makes them kind of play differently and throws them off a little bit once they see you destroying them with blizzard. So now we've kind of got the main boxes we want to get checked. We've got a melee presence. We've got some unbound minis to give us map control. We've got an air unit to take advantage of situations when they're not able to shoot upward at the air. We've got ranged DPS to get us clear behind our melee front line. And then we've also got the hard clear in a spell blizzard that will give us an advantage where it's needed. So let's go ahead and dive into PvP, and I'll walk you through some of the matches with this playstyle that'll work for all of the different leaders, getting started while you're kind of learning the playstyles and functions of all of them. So we've got Sylvanas here, which is the season 1 mini that we can earn here with getting enough points in our clan and all of that. She is a ranged DPS that will also then become a Banshee who is able to get out there and steal something from your opponents. We've got the spam style coming here. Let's get a presence in the middle. Ooh, that would be a juicy blizzard right there. I'm gonna try to kill that right there, and let's go ahead and blizzard this, and then boom, that's a good trade for us. I'm gonna want to steal their gold, so I'm gonna try to escort my miner. Let's get some eggs down here. That would be big, and then we should be able to trade right there. That's why air units can be so effective. Okay, so they've got a shaman with a little bit of melee coming down that side. Let's go ahead and pilot all of that over there. I think that'll be a good trade for us, and boom. I was hoping to be able to get the shaman right there. That's a little bit unfortunate, and I'm also talking, so I'm missing out on gold here, but that's not a huge deal, I don't think. They are going to heal up. Let me go ahead and drop Sylvanas. Let's see if I can get enough range here to shoot that down and do enough to chew through the healing. I want to try to mine on this left side now. I'm gonna probably need to send a griffin and then my miner so that the skeletons can't take me down. Let's drop that behind the miner. The griffin should serve there. We're in a pretty good spot at. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, no, I don't need to blizzard that. The Taran's there. Let's go here. Sylvanas coming in clutch, doing the deeps. I'm gonna go ahead and engage this. Okay, so they're coming across the center. That's okay with me. They've got the griffin over there. I don't need to blizzard that. We are in a massive advantage. I can get tower damage and possibly clear a Drake, so that's very good use of a blizzard. Yeah, that's like 5.5 value there on a blizzard. Don't need to defend that. Should be good. Taran holding there, and that was a mistake there on the kobold. You're in a good spot. Again, I'm playing horrible when I'm casting because I'm trying to walk you through the action, so sometimes I get full on my gold there, especially when I'm in a little bit more of a casual situation like this where I know I'm ahead. I try to prioritize showing you what's going on and talking a little bit, so that's why I end up full on gold there every now and then. But you definitely don't want to do that when you're playing. Stay at like 9.5 gold and make sure you're playing something. Okay, so that was a game with Sylvanas. Now let's play a game with Maiev Shadow Song, which is going to be one of the lesser used minis in the game. So it'll be fun to show you a match with this deck with Maiev, because Maiev's a little bit difficult to get utility out of because you can't really play Maiev until you drop at least probably 2 unbound plays, because that'll lower the cost from 6 to 4. Maiev's value is probably 4, so I would say you want to at least play 2. If you can get 3 or 4 minis played with the unbound trait, then it will lower this to like 2 or 3 cost, and then Maiev is very good. Actually, it does decent damage here, but is pretty squishy. And the cool thing about Maiev is you can get unbound DPS wherever you want it on the battlefield, and you have that stealth ability, so you're guaranteed to kind of get in the action. So you can definitely make really impactful plays with Maiev, but can be a little bit difficult to get consistent value unless you're rotating really well through your deck. And this is going to be a good call out right here, because there's a bug in the game right now where I can't select Maiev. You can see how it's not lighting up the background. I'm not selecting Maiev. If I click play, it's not going to be my Ev. It'll be using the leader from the previous game, Sylvanas. So if this is happening to you, what you need to do is go over to your previous leader and click on them once, and then go back and click on my Ev, and now you see it lights up in the background right there with the golden hue in the backdrop behind my Ev, and now I know my Ev is selected. So that's a bug I run into a lot, and then I gotta go to my previous leader, click on them once, go back. But okay, let's try that exact same style with my Ev here in the second match. Okay, and we are in. So we're going up against Gromash. They're going to have a little bit of a melee presence. I don't want to let them mine over here. There's their melee. Let's do some whelp eggs. A little bit unfortunate that I'm not going to have a melee. I'm going to have to unbound this. Not the optimal play there, but is what it is. I'm going to have to use my Ev as like a melee front line there with the stealth. That's going to hurt. I would have almost probably used a blizzard right there to get that cleared, but not super necessary. The chickens, that'll be fine. I can take the damage. They are going to damage my tower a little bit, but nothing I can't recover from. Let's try to take this node here. Let's do an escort. I think I can take that down. I think I'll win that 1v1. Yep, got it. Okay. And let's go ahead and control the center. Let's get 2 chests right there. Now see, my Ev's cost is 5. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get this chest. And you'll see my Ev's cost go to 4. And then just to show you, because I'm ahead in this game, let's drop this. And you'll see my Ev's cost go to 3. So now when I engage that tower up there, I can drop my Ev for a super cheap cost. I can also do something like this with my Ev. And I can drop to go ahead and assassinate this miner before it does anything. And boom, just like that. And I can probably just kind of keep pushing down Main Street. But, well, they do have a presence coming here down the left side. I better deal with this. They've got... I can clear those by doing this. Those mirror images are super squishy, and then the air will completely abuse that. Gold. Okay, also, sometimes you want to drop your miner back a little bit, because I want this to have 2 or 3 gold by the time I get there. So if I give my miner a little bit more walk time, sometimes that'll have extra gold in it. Good. I can probably take down that tower and the unit right here with the slam right there on the safe pilot. Really good use of the safe pilot right there. That's why she is such a strong mini. Let's keep controlling the center right here. The whelp eggs. I want to show you what a blizzard does to the whelp eggs. Look at that. See? So you can actually get them to hatch and then clear them also with blizzard if you're really annoyed by whelp eggs being somewhere. So let's go ahead and let's escort our kobold up there to steal on their side. Keep melee in the middle. I'm okay with them wasting to go over here and attack that. Not a big deal. The kobold will clean that up. Clean that up. And then we've already got this up here. Let's get my Ev on the front line. Keep a dragon coming. Just keep getting more damage. I'd rather let them just run into my tower for now. I'm gonna mine over here. They can go double melee. There's no problem with that. They are going to summon the whelp eggs, and they will demolish my melee if I don't do this. So there we go. I can't get really back there. No big deal, though. We're going to do enough damage. I can actually just cycle through the blizzard and take down the tower, so no big deal. Unbound, blizzard, game over. So there we go. It is kind of nice that you get the utility from blizzard to kind of do barely enough damage to be just dangerous enough on the towers. And then lastly here for the third game, I'm going to take Tyrion into battle. He's a little bit higher ranked, so maybe we'll get a tougher opponent and a game that we can possibly lose here that'll really be a struggle. So let's take this exact deck a little bit higher here with Tyrion. And Tyrion is one of the more commonly used leaders in Warcraft Rumble right now for sure. He's got those heals that he can proc all over and really strong there holding the front line for you. So we're going to play the exact same style here in game 3 at a little bit higher of a pace here, or a little bit higher of a rank in PvP, not down there in the hundreds. So let's see if we can get a tough match here. Okay, we're going up against the spam there. They've got the raptors. Okay, I can get good value out of blizzard if they bunch up at all. So I don't want to play. I can get the dragon here for the splash. We'll hold the front line there. I'm gonna need to cycle through to that so I can do this. They're spamming this. Do I slam and get... I don't want to take too much damage, and then I can get the stealth attack on him to hopefully hold that down enough. I'm going to try to steal theirs. Can I take down the wolf? I don't know if I can. Yeah, that was a bad drop. I didn't think I could, but I wanted to try it here just to test out the matchup. I want to keep a presence here in the middle. Yeah, they're gonna get that chest. That's unfortunate. Okay. And the raptors. Let's get... I think we're gonna win that there in the middle. I can definitely take this down. Let's let those harpies get over there. I probably need to do a push across the middle here. We've got enough of an air presence there that I feel pretty good about it. We are falling behind in tower damage, which isn't good. But I'm going to set up a good push here in the middle. I think this will be good here. I can take down those harpies and hopefully hit the miner enough. Maybe not. Okay, barely. That was a really good wizard. Got that. Let's go with the heals here. If they're going across the center, I'm going to do the same. So let's do that. And I'm going to try to... Okay, they keep doing that, but I can smash this. Oh, I was hoping... Okay, that's okay. Got it with the Drake. Got it with the Drake. And then let's try to get up there. Force them to deal with that. Ooh, they're going to push down the center, it looks like. That's not good. See if I can tank long enough to steal that gold. Okay, got it. Let's keep going down the center. Double melee. They're mining. I can kill a bunch there to make that less scary so they can't tank for their damage dealers. Griffin. They have the tower on the right, but I'm okay with that. See, they're falling behind because of it. Ooh, ooh. Not if they take my main, though. I'm really snowballing an economy here, though. So what I can't do is let them take my main. So I'm actually going to go over and take this. I don't want them to fast drop me or quick drop me. So if I put pressure on this, because what they can do is get to my main and end it. I can probably go ahead and win the game with a blizzard on the main. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so yeah, that was a lot closer. That one could have gone either way. I made a couple mistakes and mismanaged a little bit, so they could have definitely stolen that one from me, but we were able to win it in the end. So this is an example of one deck that you can play with most of the leaders in most situations if you're just looking for one generally useful playstyle and set of minis to get started out there and be viable in most combat, going with something like the Drake as range DPS, something like the Blizzard as a hard clear, Stonehoof Taran giving you a universal melee presence on the map, a flying unit that is cheap and accessible like the Griffin Rider, and unbound units like the Quillbore, and the Safe Pilot will give you presence on the map where it is needed most and allow you to kind of control those different lanes. So yeah, I appreciate all of you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Warcraft Rumble content, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Thanks. Peace.